What I have here is a cup and a half of just regular water and 3 tablespoons of regular cornstarch. I've whisked that in really well, and then we are going to turn the stove on. We're gonna let that come to a boil. We'll whisk it every now and again, and then I will show you what it looks like once it's all thickened up. Okay, that is really thick. That's essentially a gel consistency, which is what we want. And then from here, we want to cool it down all the way before we add our seeds in. Okay, so for the rest of the cornstarch slurry planted carrot recipe, so to speak, what I have here is carrot seeds that are soaking in some water. And the seeds that I'm going to plant with this method are these kaleidoscope carrots. So there will be all different sorts of colors, and I think it'll be really interesting to see how well these sprout.
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
We're on. We're rolling.
Hello.
Ready? Howdy! Christy here with Little Salty Homesteader. If this is your first time joining us, welcome. If you have watched my videos before, welcome back to the crap show.
Stop, Odie.
There we go. Okay. Today we are going to be planting carrots 3 ways. I haven't had much luck with carrots, so I'm going to do a little bit of science experiments to kind of see if any of these ways give me a little bit better germination rate. So the first way that we're going to plant is with cornstarch slurry, and then we're also going to plant with burlap on top, and then the last way that we're going to plant carrots is with... Sorry, Logan.
It's okay.
Let me try that again. The last way we're going to plant is with cardboard on top. I'm going to use the same type of soil in each of the experiments, and I'm going to use the same type of containers in each of these experiments. So the only difference is going to be what's kind of on the top, or the planting method, I guess. So stay tuned. You have ketchup on your face.
Oh.
Every time you're in a video with me, you have a messy face.
I don't know why.
Really like ketchup, huh? Okay, so the boy child has spoken, and he says that he wants the cosmic purple carrots to be planted with the cardboard?
Yeah.
Okay. And where is the other one? I am also going to plant the black nebula, and I'm going to plant that with the burlap. So we'll put that aside too. And then the cornstarch mix already has kaleidoscope carrots, carrot seeds all mixed in it. I will have like quick little video snippets at the end of this video showing how I made the cornstarch mix. So we will start with this one since it's already ready to go, and then we'll just walk through the how-tos on the other one as we go. Okay, so the first thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna grab our container. These are just 3-gallon grow bags. These are plenty deep enough to grow carrots in, and we're gonna fill it up with soil. I am using Fox Farm Ocean Forest. It's my absolute favorite soil. I already had it from whenever I was seed starting. If I didn't have it, I would use the Texas Pure potting mix. But since I already have this Fox Farm and it's open, I'm gonna go ahead and use this for all 3 of these bags of carrots.
You guys can't see it because I'm so big. It's right here.
It's back there! That one's the compost. It's the one next to it.
Oh wait, it's right here.
Okay, so we will just start with pouring the soil into the grow bag.
Black nebula.
Can you go put that, Logan, can you put that in the gray trash can?
Yeah.
And
Bernard.
And that was the end of that bag. There wasn't a whole lot in it. So I'm gonna open up this new bag here and we will get going.
Is it still rolling?
Yes. I just want to say I'm so happy that we got some rain. It rained pretty steadily for about 24 hours and then there was like off and on spurts for another 24 hours after that. So we got like 48 hours of rain and everything is just so green and lush now and it just makes me so happy. I walked through this morning kind of just checking on things and so many of my pepper plants have new blooms on them. And since there's like much cooler, more tolerable temps this week, I'm hoping that a whole bunch of those peppers set and we kind of get a second wave of that going on. Because that will be super. Okay, this one is almost full. And then what I'm going to do after this, because carrots are a root vegetable, obviously, I'm going to put a little bit of bone meal into this soil. Let me mush that down a little
So
bit.
satisfying.
To squish it?
Yeah, guys, you should make this like without the seeds for satisfaction.
Logan's like, the texture is amazing. I have soil in my elbow pit.
My name is Vector. Magnitude.
Okay, I think that is good on the soil. Maybe just a little bit more. Alright, I'm going to move that out of my way just so I have a little bit more room. And then I'm going to put bone meal. Now this one is an organic one from Job's. They have pretty good fertilizers and stuff. So I get their blood meal and their bone meal a lot, and sometimes just the regular fertilizer. So I'm just going to take probably about 1/4 cup and just kind of mix that in here.
Bone meal.
Yes.
That's in Minecraft, you know. It helps things grow faster if you apply it. But if you apply multiple pieces, then it just grows without any deny.
Yeah, bone meal gives phosphorus, which is good for root health, which, since carrots are roots,
Oh, I don't see why that's not a thing.
I don't see why that's not a bad idea, right?
Right?
Okay, so now that you have the soil in here, let me just adjust this so you can kind of see what I'm doing. The dog is over here sniffing. He likes to eat the dirt. Nope. Okay. So hopefully you can see that pretty well. Logan, can you bring me the slurry, please? So what we're going to do...
Can you make me this without the seeds for satisfaction? For
Maybe.
me to see this?
Okay, so what we are going to do is we're going to kind of make channels here. And because this is a container, a round container, we're just going to go around. We're not going too horribly deep with this.
Child is here.
Probably like 1/4 inch or so. And then we're going to do one more channel here. And then this bag that has your cornstarch mix in it, I'm just going to cut the corner off of it. And we're going to treat it like a piping bag, like we're piping icing, decorating a cake. Let me just make sure that this pipes out okay. Oh, yep, that just spooched right out. Okay, so we just want to go around.
My chicken nuggets are cold.
Okay. That came out a little bit thicker than I intended.
Bring them up in the microwave.
But it should be fine. So the theory with this method is that the seeds are kind of evenly dispersed. So in theory, you don't have to come back and thin the carrots out because you know the carrot seeds are so small, and it also kind of helps prevent them from floating away if there's like a bad rain or you know what have you. So a lot of people use this method so that they don't have to come back and thin out their carrots or you know, stuff like that, because it's really hard to plant one carrot seed in one spot, as you'll see with the future ones. Okay, so that's it. The carrot seeds, like we have the 2 rounds. It's all done with that. I have a little bit left, so I can probably plant a second container later. But we can move on to the next one. What to do, Logan? You want to do the cardboard next?
Yeah.
Okay, so we have this piece of cardboard here. What we need to do is we need to get a piece of cardboard the same size. So I'm just going to trace around the bottom of this container with a pin. Logan, can you come hold your hand down in it to hold it flat?
Yeah.
Watch out for the camera. Okay, heat them up in the microwave. Don't put that plate in the microwave. Use a different plate. Well, I don't know what to tell you. You made the choice to wait to eat those last, and you took a long time eating, so that's what happens. Things get cold. So you can heat them back up. Alright, that's not like the most perfect circle I've ever seen.
We can trace over it with Sharpie.
No, we're just going to go ahead and cut it. This cardboard isn't too thick, so these scissors should cut it fine. And I don't want to go to the garage for the box knife. Yeah, it's cutting it fine. And it doesn't have to be like 100% perfect. What this cardboard is going to do is it's going to provide a little bit of weather protection from any hard rains that might come through while these little seeds are working on germinating. And it will help the plants retain moisture as well, because carrot seeds really like to be moist. So for this method, it's really easy. You just fill the soil, you fill your container with soil, and then once the container is full, you want to go ahead and pre-moisten that soil. I know it's not perfect. Logan's looking at me like, wow, Mom, that's the worst circle I've ever seen.
Actually, they're better than mine circles. This is a perfect circle. My circles are usually ovals. I never ever make a perfect circle.
Okay, so we fill this with soil. We go ahead and we moisten it, and then we plant. I don't even know. Okay, fill it with soil. Moisten the soil. Go ahead and plant your seeds in it, and then you cover it with the cardboard, and then you set it aside. And the cardboard will protect it from like heavy rains to keep, the heavy rains from pushing the carrot seeds down super deep, because if the carrot seeds are too deep, they will not germinate. It will also protect against a little bit of like sun beating down on it, because if it's too hot, the carrot seeds won't germinate. They are really picky and really particular, and I think that's why I haven't had much luck. I've only had luck with accidental carrots. So we will go ahead and fill this one with soil and a little bit of the bone meal, and then I'll check back in with you. Nope, not yet. We don't have carrots in there. Okay, so this has the soil and the bone meal mixed into it. Now I'm just going to go ahead and pre-moisten it. I'm going to move my journal out of the way though, and maybe these seeds. So
I'm going to put the circle on top of it to see if it fits. Yeah, that fits.
So we don't get the whole thing wet. Okay, let me move these over here. I'm going to come in and get this wet. Logan, move your cardboard, please. And just going to kind of all the way around. You don't want to leave any dry spots. Water's going to run everywhere.
Is that the one with the...
This one is going to be the Cosmic Purple.
Oh, I thought it was the
Cosmic Purple.
I thought it was the satisfying stuff.
These are from Baker Creek. So for the planting instructions, it says to plant them 1/4 of an inch deep. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put sprinkle the seeds through here and then cover it with a little bit of soil, add just a little bit more water, and then we'll get this cardboard lid fit in there the best we can.
Okay. Well, I'm going to use it as a boomerang or a frisbee.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Sure. Okay, so as you can see, the seeds are very, very small. They're also super duper lightweight. So like I was saying earlier, it's really hard to plant one seed at a time in your containers or gardens or whatever. So I'm just going to pick up a few and I'm just going to kind of sprinkle. And then of course if they germinate, I will come back through and thin out as best I can. Now I think that's probably plenty in here.
Okay. I accidentally got his in between two plants. I'm not reaching in there.
What is it? Okay, so now I'm just going to kind of sprinkle a little bit of soil on the top of these. We don't want it too deep.
No chasing toads.
Because, you know, the packet instructions said 1/4 of an inch. So we just want to make sure we kind of just cover those seeds that we just sprinkled. And then we'll add just a little bit more water. And where's that cardboard lid?
We'll come here.
Okay. We're going on an adventure. I think the boy child was playing frisbee with our cardboard lid. So let me see if I can find it.
It got stuck up here, but I got it down.
Okay.
And then
I see. It's in the Buena Mulata peppers.
I got crappy frozen.
There we go. We got it. Looky here. We got peppers. Not right this second.
I know, but I meant like that.
Yeah, I'm sure I can make you once we're all done planting carrots.
Yay.
All right. So now I'm just going to try my best to fit this in here. I didn't do the greatest job cutting, so it's a little bit of a stinker. Okay, so we'll just let that sit like that. We'll check back on it in a few days, being very, very careful, pulling up the cardboard to check. Once the carrot seeds do germinate, you do want to remove this cardboard because they will need the sunlight in order to continue to grow. Alright, so we'll set this one off to the side. And then
Hello, how are you doing?
the last one that we have. Okay, so next up we have the burlap. The burlap serves basically the same purpose as the cardboard. It's going to protect the carrot seeds from, rain and high wind and stuff like that. We follow the same method where we kind of trace around the container, cut the circle, and then plant the carrots and put this on top. So just like before, I'm going to put it closer to the edge. And Logan, stand over here and hold it. It's wet because it was out in the weather. Hold it in place. I'm just going to cut around it, okay?
And then can we use the rest for arts and crafts?
Maybe.
Yay.
I have more seeds to plant, so depending on how much soil I have left after this. I got this burlap at Walmart because that's where I was.
You just happened to be there?
You can get it for less expensive at Hobby Lobby. I think you can get it for like $3. I paid substantially more at Walmart. The cardboard, that came in a box from some groceries that I had ordered. So that was free. And then the cornstarch slurry stuff was essentially free because of, I already had those things at home, water and cornstarch.
You just happened to have them.
Soil was not free. It was not even inexpensive. That's probably the most expensive soil. Howdy y'all, Editing Christy here. I have no idea what happened to the sound, but essentially what you want to do after you cut out your burlap circle is go ahead and fill your container with your potting mix, moisten it really well with water, plant your carrot seeds, and then you cover it again with the burlap circle that you just cut out. Okay, so this container is ready to go. It's got soil and it's got bone meal in it. This container is going to have black nebula carrots, so I'm going to go ahead and moisten the soil. So remember, carrot seeds really love to be moist the whole time they're trying to germinate. Okay.
And how many white chocolate? Okay, how many?
You can have the white chocolate, and then you both get 1 chocolate each.
Then put then there's gotta be.
Okay, so we have the carrots, and remember we're just going to sprinkle them around and then come back and thin them if necessary. The seed packets always come with like 1,000,000 carrot seeds. Really, it's probably like 3,000 seeds or something silly. So you have plenty to work with.
Howdy y'all, Editing Christy here again. I'm not really sure why my microphone kept cutting out on these video clips, but here we are. So at this point what I'm going to do is I'm going to loosely cover those carrot seeds that were just planted with a bit more of the potting mix, and then I will place the burlap lid over the container, and then I will water it in really well. So what I want is for that burlap to be really moist, because it's going to help those carrot seeds retain their moisture so that they germinate a little bit easier. Okay, so there's absolutely no sound on this video clip at all, which is really unfortunate. So what I decided to do with this is to sort of create a control that doesn't have any special type of assistance in order to try to germinate carrot seeds. So I filled this container with the same potting mix and the same bone meal fertilizer, but I'm not going to cover it with burlap or use cornstarch or use cardboard or anything like that. I am just directly planting the seeds into the container and gonna water it in really well, and that's it. I didn't want to have any sort of special circumstances with this one, so that we could have a control to compare the other germination attempts against. So at this point I'm just mixing in the bone meal really well, and then here in just a minute I'm going to sprinkle in the carrot seeds. Actually, I take it back, I had to add more soil because I didn't add enough. And mixing it in again just to make sure that that phosphorus is well distributed to help those carrots have healthy roots. So as you can see with this container, I am planting the Danvers 126 carrots. They're just your basic orange carrot. This one, again, is for the control part of the experiment, where the seeds are just planted directly into the soil with no assistance from any sort of other germination means. So I'm just sprinkling them around the container. It looks like the soil has been pre-moistened at this point. And then I'm loosely covering those seeds with soil, like I did with the other methods. And then I will water that really well. At this point, I still had plenty of potting soil left, and I didn't want to leave an open bag of soil for very long, so I decided to go ahead and plant another container of carrot seeds. I have no idea what I'm saying here, and I apologize for that. So I planted the Atomic Red, and I did cover those with burlap. So I think that I was walking over at this point to show you guys an update on maybe the tomato experiment. Yes. So I was coming over here to show you an update on the tomato experiment, and what I'm saying here is that there were some that the stems still looked like they might have had some green in them, so I was going to leave them to see if leaves and stuff would start to grow from that. But there were some stems that had no life left in them, so I went ahead and pulled them out, like this one that I'm pointing to here. I actually ended up pulling that one out because it was dead, and that way I can amend that container and get it ready for planting my brassicas into. This is really unfortunate that the sound was not working on this microphone, because I really can't remember what I said. I'm editing this 1 week later. So this was some green that had come off of one that I had cut, and it was looking really healthy, so I decided to leave that one as well. And it had a couple of blooms on it. And the microphone that is attached to my camera is a Rode NTG, I believe, microphone. If you guys have any ideas why it would have stopped working in the middle of me filming, please comment below so that I know how to troubleshoot it. Hopefully the footage that I filmed in days after this has volume, otherwise I'm going to be very sad because I can't refilm those things. So this one is the black pineapple tomato, and there were some little tiny leaves, so I was going to leave it, but it did end up getting a fungus after all of that rain, so I ended up having to pull it out. And I think I remember what I was talking about here was how I wasn't sure if the tomato experiment was a failure or a success, because we did get all that rain and there was a lot of fungal issues that happened after that rain, and so I had to cut down quite a bit of the tomatoes due to the fungus. And then I think that I only have 3 tomato plants left at this point because of that. Maybe 4. And Logan wanted to show you guys something before the end of this video. But what I'm saying right here is, if you like this video despite the sound issues and you want to continue to see more how-to content, please feel free to subscribe and like the video and hit the notification bell. There's usually new videos posted on Thursdays. So if you want to see more, please be on the lookout for those weekly videos. And this is where Logan wants to show you guys our garden spider, Georgia. She has gotten to be quite big, and I can't do anything with the compost pile that is building up right there, because her web is right on top of it, and I don't want to disturb her, because I do respect what she does for our ecosystem and what she, all the insects that she has eaten that did not find their way into my house. So I leave her alone, and I'll deal with the compost after she leaves. And so at this point, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful week, and I will see you next time. Bye! Howdy y'all, I know that I already signed off on the video, but I did want to share an update on the carrot germination experiment before I let you go. So thanks for sticking with me for so long. I know this video was long, but I appreciate you, and I do apologize again for the sound. I hope the voiceover sounds okay. I am sick right now, so my voice is a little funky, so my apologies for that. So this was the control experiment. Remember, this one is just soil and bone meal and water. Had pretty good germination. I think that's the best germination I've ever had from carrots, ever. So that's pretty funny. I will have to come back and thin these out a bit. I'm just sort of waiting to see which ones are the healthiest and the strongest before I do so. This one is the cornstarch slurry, and as you can see, it had pretty good germination as well. I won't have to do as much thinning since those seeds were suspended within the slurry and spread farther apart. The next two are burlap, and I'm leaving the burlap in for a little while and just letting the carrots grow through it. As you can see, this one and this one, they both sprouted pretty well. Really good germination with the burlap. I'm just gonna, okay, actually, see, this is why I wanted to be careful so that I didn't accidentally rip up some carrot babies, but that's okay. There's plenty there. Just set this off to the side. That's really exciting. I'm gonna leave that one. And then this one was the cardboard. Like I said in the original clip, whenever the carrot seeds do sprout, you want to remove the cardboard because they will need light in order to continue their growth. So this one had really good germination as well. Now I will say that this one was the last one to have any germination with the cornstarch. My theory is that the cornstarch probably had to break down a little bit so that those carrot seeds could break through. But the spacing does look pretty good, so I'm happy with that. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching and hanging out with me today. I hope you have a wonderful week, and I will see you next time.